So, guys, since I cannot fix my radiator water tank today, and I'm off today. So I've decided to look around in the weather is sunny today. So I don't wanna stay alone. At least take a walk outside for a while. So I decided to go outside and have a look. All right, and actually we can talk about many things. For example, I want to talk about, for me, things just come up to me. Maybe when I'm going out, when I'm walking, I don't usually pick a topic to talk about. It's just what comes to my mind. Because what people have been asking me about China that I sometimes talk about, when I have time, to talk about that in my videos. Yeah, people have been asking about China, a lot of questions, the myth, the mystery, and some other stuff. Because China is not. People outside of China see China as being very close. Like the people are really close. It's a close country. It's a close society. So they wonder how I have managed to live there for 20 years. And I usually tell people that China is same like any other country in terms of the fact that they have their own way of life. Every country have their own way of life too, their culture, their tradition, and how they do their own things. So, regards that, I have I've tried to adapt to life here. I've tried to adapt to some things, that I'm not able to adapt to. I just have to live by myself, on those things. Like my own culture also is very, very super important to me. So it is what it is. They cannot totally change me, and I can't totally change them too. So I have to be able to adapt to some things here. So that is how you can live in a place like China or anywhere in the world. Not only China, it's anywhere in the world. You have to adapt to people's culture and way of life. Not 100%, but some things you can adapt to. You have to. Some things that you have to. Something that they have to adapt to you also in some ways. They will try, but you have to remember it is you that want to live here. They didn't ask you to come. So that's something that I always think about in everything I want to do. I come here to live. They didn't force me to come here. So that is that. It's as somebody, going to Nigeria, the foreigner in Nigeria trying to force Nigerians to accept his or her own way. So it's the same thing. You cannot go abroad and try to force them to accept things in your own way, because things are quite different. Culture is different. Now, about China, let me tell you something. China is, as most of us have known, I just want to say it again, to corroborate or to support the fact that some of us outside of China have known about China. It's a country in Southeast Asia. China is a country in Southeast Asia, and it has a population of 1.4 billion people. Yeah, one of the highest population in the world, if not the highest. I think before it used to be 1.5 billion. Maybe right now it's like 1.4 billion. So, and it's a multi-ethnic society. China is a multi-ethnic society. It has different various ethnic groups, just like in many other countries of the world also, especially in Africa. African countries have diverse ethnic composition. The same thing is China. So it has I think it has like 53 or 54 or 51 ethnic groups, of which the Han ethnic group is the majority. The Han, H-A-N, the Han ethnic group is a majority ethnic group in China, and they make up to maybe 80% of all the ethnic groups in China, the Han Chinese. That means if you see any 10 Chinese anywhere in the world, like almost 8 of them out of 10 would be Han Chinese, you understand? So, and in China they have the mainland, they have the autonomous region and a special administrative region. So in the mainland they have municipalities also, and the provinces. So that is sort of about China. So, and I live in Shanghai. Shanghai is a municipal, like just like Beijing. Shanghai, Beijing, Tianjin, and they have other municipalities also. So in the municipalities, they have their city, and they don't have the capital. Like Shanghai is Shanghai, Beijing is Beijing. Unlike places like Guangdong province that has its capital, Guangzhou. So the province is different from municipality. So there are still cities, you understand, but that is how they do their stuff here. And when it comes to the culture, well, that is the one of the most sensitive things about China. Well, that's why people usually think they have a very close society. Even when you go abroad, they live in a community, which is quite true. Unlike other races or other ethnic groups in the world that can live by themselves. In the Chinese community, they try to live in a group or in a community abroad. That is something about the Chinese people, and just like I said, it's just a culture that we cannot change. It is what it is. And one thing that people always ask me is this. Sometimes people always ask me how I've been coping when it comes to being accepted by the Chinese people, my colleagues, family, friends, and all the rest. When they see them abroad, they don't like mixing with other people. They just want to live by themselves. And I was like, well, to the extent that some people even label them as racist. Most people think Chinese people are racist. Well, they might have some element of racism, but everything is not racism actually. And for me, from my experience, it boils down to the fact that in China is not a place like Europe, like North America, or let me say like the West, or even Africa, that people can easily be accepted into the society. You understand? Coming from the point of view of the fact that in the past, what has happened to them in the past regards the Second World War, their own civil war, and the rest. So they are very careful regards who they let in into their country. It is not all about racism. It's just all about being careful and looking for who they really want in their country. So that is what it is here. If you are really needed, here in China, you will find life comfortable. I will not say you find life easy. You would find life comfortable. You understand? If you are needed, This is what it is. They are very, very selective. They are very, very selective when it comes to who they want to let in or stay in their country. So it's not just about racism. They just want to they just want people that they need come come in here. And one thing that is sort of once they finish with whatever thing they need you for, it's bye bye. Yeah, once they finish whatever thing they need you for, you give them, they take, and they give you what you need also. It is bye bye. Well, maybe that is what people think it's about the culture. I don't know what to say about that. Maybe it's a cultural thing, but to me, I don't see it as such as a cultural thing, but as a thing of need. Of course, we have an agreement. You give me this, I give you that. Once we finish that agreement, you just have to leave. So it is quite different from other countries that you can say you want to go there to try your luck, you want to go there to hustle. No, you cannot do that in China. You cannot do that in China. You cannot. When it comes to immigration, the immigration is one of the strictest in the world. Let me tell you, it's one of the strictest in the world. That is why people always think they are racist. Do you understand? Immigration in China is very, 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 very strict. And, you cannot overstay. You cannot overstay your visa here or your permit. Before your permit finishes, you have to leave. You have to leave. If you don't leave and you are caught, you will be deported and you will be blacklisted. That means in the next 5 years, you won't be able to come to China again. And maybe that will appear in other countries' embassies or consulates abroad, and you won't be able to apply for the visas of those countries too. So they are very strict with immigration, with the visas. Before you come here, you have to apply for visas. Though right now many countries are visa free. Many countries in Europe, in Southeast Asia, in North America, they are visa free for certain periods. In China, maybe for 2 weeks or up to a month in China. But still, that is just maybe tourist visa. It's tourist visa, okay? And with a tourist visa or visitor's visa or visiting visa, you cannot work in China, just like any other country. You cannot work with a visa or visitor's visa, like many countries that I know, okay? So it is the same thing in China also. So these are the things that people usually ask me, and I just want to clarify this sites, this stuff today. So in China, that is what it is. You just have to know what you are doing. You need to have a purpose. You need to have an intention. You need to know what you are doing before you just pack your bag. China is not a country that you can just pack your bag and say that you want to come and try your luck. No, you cannot even get that visa to come to come and try your luck. Before you even get that tourist or visitor visa, it is hard. Like I said before, when I started, I said if they give visas to those that they think they need, you understand? They scrutinize you before you are giving your visa. If you are invited to come for your for visiting, the person you are coming to visit must have a strong status in China before you can be given a visa to come and visit that person. And they know that definitely at the end of your visit, when you end your visit, you have to return back to your home country. So it is not racism. It is just what it is. Law is law. And they are very strict when it comes to enforcing their laws in China. They are very, very strict. So it is not racism, but it is what they have to do. Unlike in some other countries that you can overstay your visa, you can sometimes you can even work without having work permit in here in China, people do overstay their visas also, but it will be a big problem. Gone are the days when you overstay your visas and you will be caught, you'll be in detention. Now it's quite easier. Once you overstay your visa in China, just go buy your return ticket to your home country, get a TCA from your consulate or your from your embassy or your nearest consulate of your country, then go and declare at the immigration that you want to go home. Yeah, I see that people are in detention for few days still, but it's not quite common. Once you do all of this, you are good to go. You have to go, but it doesn't worth it. It doesn't worth it at all to overstay in China. And like I said, it's not a country that you have to come say you want to come and hustle. But people have asked me so many questions that they would like to come to China to try, and I was like, you don't come to China to try. You come to China to do the things you want to do. So, and they, to them, they feel I'm trying to discourage them from coming here. But actually, I'm trying to help them. Actually, I'm trying to help them to make sure they don't come here to waste their time and money. I'm trying to protect them, but they don't really understand. But this is this is what it is. Because they usually ask me, oh, but you've been here for a while, you've been here for 20 years, you are a permanent resident now, and you say there it's not easy, it's not that, immigration is hard. How have you been coping? I was like, for me, I came here many years ago when things were still easier. Yeah, I came in here 2003. Things that was the time they really opened to foreigners. I made it here that time, and I have a deep root in the country, the culture, and in everything. That is why I'm able to survive. But this time around, things have really changed. Things are not the same. Imagine 2003 to 2024. Is that not 20 years and above? So things cannot be the same. They are really changed. It's not the same, you know. Just like in other parts of the world, also, immigration immigration laws are changing every day. It's the same thing with China. So it is what it is. I'm not trying to discourage anyone from coming to China. I need people to understand what is really going on, so that you don't come here to waste your time and your money. So as time goes, I will be talking about different types of visas in China to let people understand better what I'm trying to talk about and make the best decision for themselves. Okay. Um, Tomorrow I'll do the conclusion part of the video, and when I try to finish the or when I try to fix this problem of video tanker. All right. So see you guys.